Well, I gotta say, the strangest things were going on this night. I just took myself and went down to a campsite, and we had a bit of a watch with Eleanor and myself as we had ourselves a chit chat. Good times. Got to know each other a bit more. Personal stuff. Nothing we got to really cover. And after our watch was over, we woke up Candy and Damien, and they went on their watch. Had themselves a bit of a chat, and during their watch, the strangest thing happened is this woman came running up to the camp, screaming about things happening and about her camp being attacked by some creatures in darkness. Well, we all got ourselves together right away, grabbed our stuff, and made our way over towards the camp. When we got there, it took about 15 minutes, and unfortunately, despite how much we tried and moved our efforts, it didn't matter, for in the end, when we reached it, we got there too late. People had been killed and the things went down. We discovered these demon dog-like things called gnolls attacking and killing everybody. And through our efforts and strifes, we were able to defeat them and bring them down, though we nearly bit the dust ourselves a couple of times as Candy was down to the near-death state and poor Einar was knocked unconscious. I myself took a pretty brutal blow myself and didn't look very good, but after the end, we were able to get ourselves together, but unfortunately, our new friend, well, her sister didn't make it, and neither did anybody else. It was a bit of a hard time for us, but we all decided that it's best to give her some space. Candy had a bit of words with her, though, and though I'm not positive what those words were, I am sure they helped her in some way, and we decided that in the end we'd take her with us back to one of the nearest towns and get her all sorted out. And I think that's more or less what it was.
Alrighty. So, as you all gather, at least after the aftermath of that battle, Bianca currently still grieving over the body of her sister. You all gathered around the lower portions of this rocky cliffside clearing. What are y'all doing?
Uh, I think we were getting ourselves ready to leave to go back to camp, right? But
I believe so, yes.
yeah.
So if anyone had any RP they wanted to do while still here.
Well, because my internal radar completely fucking flew off and may or may not have forgotten about the fireside. I am sorry, Nano. But you could perhaps continue from over there, by chance. Nano.
I mean, I think what was the last one?
Robo Nano. Well, I don't know.
Unfortunately, that's what I have to deal with tonight.
Well, with that being said, I don't know.
Yeah, because I think
Anything?
Evelyn was supposed to respond to I know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't hear what he said. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess continuing off of that, after learning that the wounds weren't absolutely terrible, except for the headache, and that the gnoll apparently had similar magic, I guess she would say something along the lines of, "Is that normal?" Eyes emoji.
Nano.
Yeah, give me just a second. I'm gonna try to find my phone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that instead of the set.
Yeah.
I was like, let me find my fandangled little tablet that I received from the mountains.
Also, I've just accepted that no matter what outcome I choose, I will feel this conniption until, like, after this session. So, I'm just gonna suffer.
Oh boy.
Me wanting to make sure Judah makes the correct life choices, but me also wanting Judah here.
That's pain. At least I can make the wrong. You know what? Here's the thing. I can do both. I'm going to grab my food. I will be right back. I'm just, Evelyn's just gonna have a mukbang, while
Oh God.
I'm just saying.
What's everyone else doing? What's Raya doing?
Eating peanut butter.
Oh my God! Join me. It's mukbang.
Raya's
That's
eating
what I'm
peanut
eating.
That better?
butter. Speak again.
I'm better. Oh no!
Oh, that sounds worse.
Interesting.
Oh wait. Just keep talking. Just like speak words.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
That's doable.
Your voice sounds so much different on your phone.
Yeah, it's a little annoying.
Yeah,
That's
at
what
least you're
happens when I don't
understandable.
That's what happens when I don't have my proper setup. Okay.
It's to be like a date.
But anyways. I think it was is Evelyn and Ina having that conversation?
I can do it while I'm on my phone. I hope my own quality isn't that bad.
No, you're good.
You're understandable.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you. That is the bar that I'm hoping to reach. What is that? What is this? That's. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no. I'm not sure if you heard me last time, but Evelyn had
I
said.
did not.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. No. She had said in response to the whole, the Null having similar magic to your own thing. She had replied with, "Is that normal? Is that often for you? I haven't seen a fighter like you particularly, but I suppose there's room for everything to an extent."
He's just going to shake his head. No. In fact, as far as I know, I'm the only one who can use techniques like my own, which isn't really saying much, considered I haven't traveled many places, but it's still a very rare form of fighting.
Well, I inspected that club of theirs. It was not inherently magical, but it had things on it. So, from what I understand, it was channeling some sort of magic into it on his own. So you're saying that you've never really ever seen anything like that before?
Can't say that I have.
Eh, If I may, anyone else is within your village?
Not that I was ever aware of.
Huh. Okay, so it's truly an isolated incident. Okay, well, hopefully we won't have to run into those again, and hopefully you won't have to deal with any more headaches.
I agree.
She kind of almost smiles a little bit at that. Does it still
He
hurt?
just says, still rubbing his temples.
Yeah, no, it's like as she's about to ask, just like, does it still hurt? Then seeing the rubbing of the temples and it's just like, tell me if this helps at all. And she's going to just kind of begin to play her flute, and she's going to administer. Yeah, because we hadn't Yeah, I don't think we've actually rolled our short rest die, have we?
You
haven't
guys
taken
haven't
it.
started a short rest.
Technically, yeah, right. We can't. So for that particular case, I suppose it'll be roleplay based. So instead of Song of Rest, a mechanical means, I guess I'm just gonna try to play a nice, smooth, soothing melody. Can I do that?
Yeah, sure. Roll me a performance check.
One moment, let me sprint over to the appropriate roll 20. Why is my dog whining? Hi, puppy. What do you want from me, child? Probably smells the meat. Understood. Okay. Hi, Allie. Why are you like this? Do you hear this child? Oh my god. Okay.
One of the Knowles still alive?
19!
You play a very a decently good enough melody. It's very melodic and soothing to listen to.
I guess in this case, as she's playing, she kind of keeps a watchful eye over Einar to make sure that she's not agitating any of the symptoms.
He'll kind of wince at first on the first few notes, but it goes away after a moment or two.
It's kind of hard to. It's in a way, I guess, her cheeks kind of raise in a smile as she continues to play, but otherwise, we'll keep silent for the most part. I don't think that there's too much to else that she would talk about unless Einar has a topic.
Not at the moment. We'll see what other people are doing.
Yeah. Allie, you little bit. Stop eating things off the floor.
Damien, Marcus, Rhea, Candy, any y'all doing anything interesting?
Damien is just kind of, he's like walked off to be away from the bodies, and he kind of goes from like pacing to just kind of like standing in one spot and like running his hands through his hair, or like just like wringing his hands together. Um, I mean, like it's pretty clear that he's like anxious being out here.
You doing okay there, Damien?
I'm fine.
Well, I don't mean to contradict your statement, but you look a little frazzled, friend. I mean, I know there's a lot to take in and all, but
I didn't ask for this.
yeah, I know what you mean. I don't think any of us exactly asked for it, but I suppose in your case it's a little worse than the rest of us. I mean, you were just mind your own business in one of the big cities, right? And writing down your papers and stuff.
Yeah. Now people are dying because they thought they were people were confused.
I know what you mean. You can't help but feel a bit responsible, right? I mean, these things were after us. And it ain't exactly our fault. But then again, if it wasn't for us, then this wouldn't have happened. So, who's to say, right?
Yeah. Damien just kind of on. Are we? Do you think we can go back to the camp soon? I don't know why everyone's standing around.
Marcus will go look over to see how it be. Is Bianca look like she's about ready to get going?
Yeah, she's at this point, like, after, you've all kind of had your conversations, she would have, kind of, wrapped her arms just around her sister's body and try to pick her up in a bridal carry.
Yeah.
She stands up.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Damien. I think we're about ready to get going, and we should probably do right by these people as well. And Marcus will go and also pick up one of the other humans that had, or well, humanoids, I'm assuming, that had been killed by the gnolls.
Yeah.
Should
How
at
many
least.
bodies are there?
there is 3 other bodies. Marcus has 1, so there's 2 left on the ground.
Okay. Noticing Marcus seems to be kind of picking up one of them. Kenny will call out to him.
Are we thinking that we want to set up a grave for them somewhere?
Yeah, I think that might be best. And honestly, he kind of looks around at the wreckage and stuff. I'd prefer it not to be in a place like this.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. Okay.
And Candy will look between the 2 bodies and pick one of them up before looking over towards Einar.
Einar, can you help a bit with this other one?
Well, sure. We'll go pick it up.
Alright.
Everyone will stop playing, but kind of looking at everybody and kind of moving. She kind of speaks up and will just kind of say, are we sure that we would... I mean, I'm assuming we're only taking the bodies for now, but I don't believe that we could do much for them right now, right?
Just to bury them, I think.
Okay, it's just burying takes time, and well, it's still... She kind of looks up at the night sky.
That's fine. I can dig graves while I'm on watch.
Nah, I can get by. I mean, I'll be okay.
Well,
And I was still in the middle of my watch, so I can stay up a bit to help.
question, Storm. Would digging graves be a quiet enough activity for others to sleep?
Far away.
I think it'll be fine. It's really such a problem for you. I can cast this spell and make sure that we're silent while we do it. Or would you rather we leave them here and rot?
It's nothing particularly of a problem to me. I'm simply making sure that it's not a problem for all of us. Though, and she kind of looks at Damien with a sort of pointed look. A rather interesting accusation, though.
Damien just...
I think we're all just tired. Before she looks back at the rest of the group.
Yeah, tired. I mean, like I said, we'll head back to camp and do right by these people. You doing okay there, Rhea? You were real quiet during the fight and all.
I imagine Ray is probably just standing somewhere waiting to like go back or go to wherever we're going. And she was probably looking at everyone that's carrying one of the bodies with some like disdain, and just like, why?
Great.
Ew.
God, I just realized that it's been like 2-3 weeks since I've done Ria's voice, and I'm just like, wow, how do I do this?
Fantabulously. And otherwise, you're going to need to do it in order to actually get back into it anyway. So,
I guess we head back then.
Yeah, probably. Bianca, you ready to head back to our camp with the others? And
Yeah.
you should come with us. We should have extra supplies and whatnot for a sleeping area for you.
Is this to Bianca?
Yeah.
Very well, thank you. You can still kind of see the dry streaks of tears just running down her face. She's not crying anymore, but her face is very solemn and grim.
Yeah, she looks at her with a bit of a understanding look.
Kind of shooting a glimpse over at her. It kind of looks like she let it out.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Right. So when y'all start to head back, about just 20 feet away, as you kind of leave the area, you kind of see William just kind of standing on the dirt path, just kind of watching over the entire thing. Oh, that looked rough. You all right?
What did you say? Sorry, I didn't quite hear.
That looked rough. Are you all right?
Most of us, I'd say.
all of us that got here, all right.
Right. Was it just a random attack? What happened?
I suppose target confusion. I don't know. Apparently, that attack was meant for us.
His eyes kind of widen at that.
David looks at, like, why would you say that?
Marcus is a little. Yeah, I was gonna say Marcus is a little shocked that Evelyn just straight up said that. Like,
Wait, sorry. Am I not understanding the situation?
This is just a regular person that you're speaking to, who also happens to be a werewolf that knows nothing about us, like who we are.
yeah,
Yeah, sorry about that. I completely forgot about. Hi guys. My brain is broken. Let's just recall that. Rewind. I was buttering corn when I said that. Anyways,
is that what they're calling it these days?
die in a very painful. How dare you? No. Well, I mean, with that being said, I guess Evelyn would just kind of not shrug, but her head would just kind of tilt almost to the side. And it's just another oddity, I suppose. It's nothing to worry about, though. I don't believe it will affect our travels.
All right. Just kind of looks over at the distant battlefield again. Yeah. probably head back.
Yeah, that'd be best. We'll take care of the others here and head back, and in the morning we'll have to decide as a group what to do, I suppose.
Right. You'll take the about 40-minute walk back to camp. Eventually making it back, finding it undisturbed. Apart from maybe like some animals taking your rations or something.
Goddamn bears.
Just like as you come back, you just kind of see a little like little raccoon type creature just kind of grabbing like this half-eaten bread ration and just looks over towards you, scampering off.
Also, on the walk here, did we spot any place that looked like it could be decent for making graves?
Yeah. Seen a few small clearings around.
Okay. I guess when passing those, Candy would turn to Marcus and Einar and say,
So, do we want to have the others walk on ahead and we take care of this here, or do we want to deal with it during our watch?
I mean, looks over at Bianca carrying her sister's body. These were her friends. I suppose it's her call.
I don't really mind. I suppose perhaps if you want to bury them a little bit closer to your camp, that's probably for the best.
Okay, we'll do that then.
Sure.
Head closer to your camp, about 2 minutes away. Find a good spot.
Candy will carefully set down the body.
Marcus doesn't gather stuff, and would he be able to find some large rocks that would be useful for a tombstone? Or a grave
Probably a perception check.
marker? Oof.
No. Looking
Okay, so
around,
we'll
it's hard to find big enough rocks to mark as gravestones. Some are
I
just too
got
round,
some.
not suitable. Go on, Ina.
I was just saying I actually have a spade.
Fair?
If Marcus can't find any worthwhile rocks for a tombstone in the area, we still have were we by cliffsides? Was that map we were accurate?
You were by cliff sides. You are now in like an open forest.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of.
Go.
Oh, good.
So Marcus was going to turn to Candy and go, Candy?
Hmm?
I don't suppose you'd be willing to chop down one of them trees. Maybe make a gravestone out of the wood we get behind.
Well, I was actually going to say that, maybe we make the gravestone, the graves underneath the trees and then, kind of carve into the bark.
It's not a bad idea either. Of course, it's a bitch to dig up root, but if we don't know that. I guess actually we have a shovel with the spade, so we'll be okay.
Okay, let's get to digging.
Yeah. Agree.
The rest of you should probably go rest.
Can that pickaxe sense stone? I guess if it finds ore, that means stones nearby.
Yeah, I mean, you could,
You
yeah.
all need help finding stones, right? Well, the foundation stone is something that could be found, but something large enough for the likes of a tombstone, well, I suppose we shouldn't be too picky. Would Evelyn's knowledge of geology help her finding a a good enough tombstone? Um, Probably alongside any of the rock, like for example, actually, where back from where they had kind of came from. Any areas in which the earth would be kind enough to deposit some sweet, sweet metamorphic.
Go ahead and roll me perception.
Got it. One second. Me running back into my room. Okay. Hey.
Yeah, you managed looking around, and you managed to find a boulder just like peeking out from behind one of the trees. That would be good to mine out some stone that could probably be used for gravestones. Flat enough, um, sturdy enough.
Basalt never fails you. And she kind of walks over and kind of pushes back some of the shrubbery and whatnot that was kind of hiding its presence. Do you think this will work?
I mean, yeah, that looks just about perfect.
Yep. Good old foundation rock. And she kind of pats it almost fondly. All right. Well, I mean, it's still one large boulder. I don't know exactly how you're all going to go about this, but this should serve whatever purpose you might have.
Anar, you still got that pickaxe, right?
Einar will use his last bit of giant's might, walk over to it, and just smack it with the pickaxe.
How
That
long
was
does
so
Giant's Might
unnecessary.
last?
1 minute.
A minute.
Oh, are you using the charge up? Essentially? Or were you already big?
No, I have to use a charge of it.
Okay.
He
Alright.
gets 2
fair
a
enough.
day, so he's got 1 more.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Alright, cool. Alright.
Yeah.
That should be easy enough for you to do with using Giant's Might.
Just for poops and smiles, I'll use a pickaxe charge to see if there's any ore in that rock.
There's not.
Okay. No need to be careful then.
Okay.
Full of uranium, just explodes, causing a nuclear death of all.
You eventually managed to smash out some gravestone rocks flat enough, and they're makeshift, but they'll do. As some of you are shoveling. I don't know who if anyone else would return to camp, or is everyone just gonna try and help?
Ria is not going to help.
I imagine Rhea's
Okay.
back in her night silks going right back to bed while we're all working hard at this.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone else.
I suppose Evelyn would assist. Out of the kindness of her own heart, of course.
Once the gravestones are portioned out, though, Marcus would go to Bianca and go, would you like anything put on their tombstones to mark who they were and such?
Some of them I only vaguely knew. Their names are fine.
Fair enough. And Marcus will take out his painter supplies and set it up so he can get the markings up there and do the outlines for their names and everything.
She kind of looks down at her sister's body. I'm not quite sure yet what I want to do for Lavina.
It is a hard thing to lose one of your siblings, and kind of looks over at the.
Yeah.
I can't say anything that'll soften the blow, ma'am, but I'm sure we can do what we can, though. Any words you want on that tombstone, I'm sure will come from the heart and be well meaning.
I think I'll be able to come up with something in a few minutes.
Of course. Get back to
Yeah.
fin.
I'll help with the shovel and everything. She picks out her own shovel and begins helping.
Shovel up, making the 4 graves, and
It takes you about half an hour with the combined help of all of you, and eventually 4 graves are dug beneath the trees, resting each of the bodies in. As Lavinia kind of lowers her sister's body into the last one. Adelphio, you always know how to push me towards the right direction. To guide me and inspire me to do greater things. Without you, I guess I'll be a little bit lost for the meantime. But wherever the ribbon blows, that's where I'll go. Like you always said. Weave your own fate. She turns over towards Marcus. Those last 4 words. That's what I want written.
of course, Marcus will do the tombstone and fill out her request.
Okay. She kind of steps back and just kind of watches. Her eyes seem glazed over. It's just everything seems rather surreal to her. Guess you all would eventually cover the bodies up with the dug up dirt. Bianca would insist that she filled her sister's entire grave herself. And eventually you'd finish up digging the graves for these people. It's about 2 a.m. You all would need to restart your rest.
except for Rhea.
Woo!
She still like it's still a considerable journey, and then fighting and all that type of stuff. She would still need to restart her rest.
Yeah, but I gotta restart it earlier.
Essentially.
Which I guess
And
just
that's
means
what
Rhea
we-
sleeps in the end because she probably.
Candy will turn to the rest of the group and say,
How do we want to split the watches?
Same ones.
I'm fine with that. Rest of you?
Actually, Damien, would you mind if I were to take my watch with you?
Why?
Nothing in particular. I would just like to ask you a few questions.
You can ask it in the morning.
She flashes him a quick smile before nodding. Okay. Okay, no, that's perfectly fine. I'll stick with Einar then.
Well, I guess I got Miss Rhea then.
what was the order again? Like first, second, third?
Is Candy and
I think
Damien
Rhea is.
continuing?
Rhea was
Oh,
originally. Nope.
So were Candy and Damien the first ones?
I think we were second.
Okay, we were second.
You guys were second. Originally, it was Marcus and Evelyn were first, but since Evelyn is going
I'm
with
stupid.
Einar
no, I'm
now.
stupid. Wait, no, I'm stupid. It's because I didn't know. Ugh. See, my brain is melting. Hi, guys. Yeah, no. Continuing with Marcus then, I guess.
Okay.
Brain machine broke.
So restarting the watch is kind of like how you did last time with
Yeah.
Marcus and Evelyn. Okay. So you all gather up to sleep. Bianca would be staying awake for a while as well. She'd probably still be awake. She'd be like off to the side, just kind of staring off in the distance towards the graves that she had made that are like 2 minutes away. But yeah. Marcus and Evelyn. Are you all having a conversation or?
I suppose so, actually.
Roll me your perception checks as well.
Yeah. Ow. Really tripping. Wow. I'm amazing. Anyways.
Okay.
Anyways, Judah, you were gonna.
Sorry, I was putting things away. So basically, I would say after kind of a bit of a moment, 30 or so minutes passing, kind of letting the others go to bed, Evelyn would actually kind of look over in Marcus's direction after a bit. Marcus.
Oh, yeah, Miss Evelyn.
She kind of keeps her voice low. I have a bit of a worry.
Well, if I'm gonna be honest, I got a whole heap of worries, but what's your specific worry?
Well, I suppose that same applies to me, but other than everything concerning what has been happening in regards to our entire situation and identities and, well, everything else, I'm not entirely sure, but I believe I may have said some things that have upset Damien.
Yeah, yeah. I won't lie. Got that bit of impression myself.
Yeah, I suppose I don't really know if I said anything in particularly wrong. I don't know, he just seemed to be rather pointed at myself.
Well, I ain't one to like pry into another's mind or anything. I mean, not my place to say what he's thinking or feeling, but maybe you just thought you sounded a bit callous with the situation.
Ah, I I didn't think I was. If anything, I was only more so concerned for everybody else's safety.
You know, I get Miss Evelyn, but I mean, as I said, I can't pry into his mind.
Right, right. I guess I only asked. I was wanting to ask him directly, but well, very clearly he seemed to be a lot more tired than just sleep. I suppose I fall into that category as well. And she kind of gives a bit of a wry smile.
Yeah,
It's no big deal. People have disliked me before, but I I don't know. I suppose I just didn't expect it to bother me this much.
well, I mean, we're all traveling together. I suppose, it's a good idea for all us to get along and don't want to create any grievances that could, go down the road.
Right, right. Um, I don't know. I suppose I would like to apologize. I just well, I have to talk to someone first.
Marcus goes to look over at Evelyn. Is Evelyn like very visually like bothered by this, or
Um, yeah, no, she seems a bit troubled. It's kind of like if anything, she almost looks confused. I'd say.
Marcus gotta take a deep breath and kind of nod his head and go, I, I just think the case is, Miss Evelyn, is everybody was in a high tension moment, and honestly, Mr. Damien seemed like this is a new experience for him, right? I mean, from what he told us, he's never really been out in the world much and hasn't seen much of the brutality about it. Might just been a
Right.
bit of a shock for him.
Yeah. You know, you you most definitely right. That is something that he shared about himself, or at least well, yeah. um, yeah, I don't know. We don't have to really continue talking about this, I suppose. I guess I only really wanted to ask what you may have thought I could have done.
I mean, honest opinion, Miss Evelyn,
Yes?
I'm thinking he's got a bit what I got. And it's simple put, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to put words into his mouth. I can't claim know what he's thinking, but if he's got anything like I feel, can't help but feel a little guilty about this.
What do you mean?
Remember what those things said? Those people, and is Bianca nearby? Marcus isn't stupid enough to say this if she's listening.
That is why Evelyn had in the beginning of this conversation so that she was going to keep herself quiet.
Yeah.
But I
Storm?
suppose that is a good question. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Is
Sorry.
Bianca like asleep? Is she nearby?
No,
Is she...
she's nearby. She's like on the edge of the camp. She's looking off towards the direction.
safely out of earshot? Like,
Yeah, with Evelyn's perception check, you guys would be able to lower your voices. Like, she's a fair distance away that you should be able to have a more quieter conversation without her hearing anything.
Noise.
Marcus ain't stupid enough to say this out loud in case it causes problems. Fact of the matter is, Miss Evelyn, you heard those things. They were after us.
Right.
I mean, if Damien's feeling like I'm feeling, you can't help but feel a little responsible. I mean, I know we didn't send them after them, but if we weren't out here, those creatures wouldn't have been after us and they wouldn't have mixed us up with them. And it's a responsibility.
Yeah, I suppose I see what you mean, and I suppose I just didn't quite see it that way. Frankly, if anything, I was more concerned as to what would have happened had we all been, well, in their shoes. I'm sorry if that's unselfish or not, but, well, and she kind of looks off over towards, me not being able to think of the name.
Bianca?
What's her name? Bianca. I was thinking Claire. What the? Anyways, my brain. But yeah, no. She looks over towards Bianca and she has almost like this bit of a worried gaze. But I suppose I can see what you mean by that, though. And by extension, oh, that's why he thought I looked calloused. I am such an idiot. Ugh. All right. Thanks, though. I needed to know this. I know what I should apologize for then. Didn't even think of it then because I was worried about all of us.
It's okay, Miss Evelyn. I mean, I know you didn't mean anything cruel by it. It just, like I said, you're worried about us as well. It's right to be too.
Yeah. Or making sure that I'm not mishearing. What was that last part that you said?
Yeah, it's all right to be worried about us as well.
Oh, okay. Then at that, kind of nods twice. Before kind of looking up at the sky herself, looking at that previous clear sky and moon that was there. Is it still present?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice sky shit. That's cool. But yeah, no. Evelyn kind of nods and I guess yeah, knowing Marcus's passive perception, she would probably notice he would probably notice her kind of staring at his hands for a good moment before kind of looking back up at his face.
There's something the matter, Miss Evelyn?
No, I wouldn't say so. I guess it took a while for me to really understand, what we were, what we are, and I guess you could say I'm just curious about the road ahead, where that would lead us.
Yeah, I'll agree with that full-heartedly, Miss Evelyn. I mean, and she kind of looks down at his glowing hands. I've only had these for a year, and honestly, when they happened, I had no idea I was one of these special people, right? I mean, I just honestly thought it was just a weird thing that happened to me. Didn't realize it meant anything.
Right.
Now there's this stuff with us helping demigods and battling necromancers and some strange monstrosity after all of us. I mean, something sent them gnolls, and that troubles my mind. Something's after us. And look, my master once told me you should always know the threat behind you to make sure it does not sneak up upon you.
See, those are wise words. But I don't know. It seems like this particular threat, if we're referring to them as that, it's going to be rather troublesome, given that it's probably going to be in the dark for a while, or behind us for a while.
Yeah, kind of starting to wish we took one of them there gnolls alive so we could question him a bit more.
That would have been nice in the stand, but I suppose we were all a little bit more focused on, well, saving those who were there.
Yeah, that is the case. Fortunately, we didn't do much of that either.
She kind of gives him a sad smile at that. You sure you're okay, Marcus?
Honest truth, Miss Evelyn, I mean, I said it before, I've seen that sort of disaster before. I mean, so you don't travel the roads for years without running into it occasionally here and there. And my master showed me, and heck, my master helped one or two people along the way sometimes when we came across it and the timing worked out. But it just don't get easier, I'll tell you, when you don't help the ones you can. I mean, just think to yourself, it was just that little bit faster, a little bit stronger, that little bit more willing to put the effort in. Maybe they would have been okay. Maybe I could have done something.
How does Marcus look right now?
He's kind of despondent, kind of just looking out.
Well, I guess it depends on how far they were, but if she would kind of see that, she would kind of reach forward and kind of grab his hand reassuringly, kind of give it a little squeeze.
I mean, I understand that I got my limitations, but I mean, part of the reason you train so hard is to push past them, and maybe, I don't know, maybe just the art's not enough of a reason to train right now, and maybe I need to really push past what I can do to help people.
Maybe, but... And then she looks over towards Bianca. At least we saved one of them.
Yeah, that's something at least. Once he kind of looks out to Spawn and he kind of mutters under his breath.
Mutters under his breath, what? Or...
He mutters under his breath. You're going to need a perception check. You want to hear what he said.
I'm gonna make Judah run back to his freaking room just so he can roll a goddamn perception check.
Okay, I'll give it to you. Basically, it
Thank
goes.
you.
I could be a real dick and roll a stealth check against it, but
I literally just walked back out of my room. Leave me alone.
he just kind of mutters under his breath. Next time, I'm going to try to save more.
She just took. How did? Oh, I guess I should ask. How did he respond to the hand hold?
I mean, he was receptive of it.
Okay.
He
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
like
I just
pulling
needed to
away
know
from
because
it.
I didn't know if he didn't move, he clinched back, or he like smacked it away. Okay, I needed
No,
to
he
make
was
sure.
receptive. He kind of just he accepted the handhold.
Okay, then kind of at that, and kind of at hearing those words, she kind of gives him a little bit of smile, kind of searching for eyesight or for eye contact before her hand leaves his and kind of places it on kind of on his back on his shoulder blade. Yeah, you will.
He just kind of lets out a sigh, looks up at the sky. Well, in any case, I guess our watch is about coming to an end here. We gotta make sure we get moving here up and early. Get Candy and Damien up.
Yeah. Do you think I should maybe just approach him in the morning?
Marcus kind of stands up and kind of gives a thought. I mean, that's a bit to your call. I mean, you might be a little cranky just waking up and all.
Yeah, I suppose. I suppose I'll try to find a better moment if there even is such.
Well, it's a long
But
road. I'm sure during the cart time you can have a chat with him.
yeah, you're probably right. Um, you're probably getting tired of me asking this, but you okay?
Just kind of gives a smile, goes, well, as good as can be expected, I suppose.
That's all we really can do.
Yeah.
She kind of gives him a reciprocative smile.
You want Candy or do you want Damien?
I'll let you figure that one out. And she starts walking over towards Candy's tent.
Good choice.
You hear a small giggle as she walks away.
Marcus walked over as a kid to Damien and said, Psst, Damien, your watch is up, buddy.
Yeah, Damien would just kind of quietly come out, tired.
How does he look when he walks out of the tent? Does it look like he was sleeping, or does he look like he had been tossing and turning the entire time?
He looks like, I mean, I don't think he ever looks like he has slept comfortably out here, but he looks like, I mean, he just looks like tired. He looks like he has had a rough night, which he has.
Well,
Eat the rich.
Yeah, I figured that. I was just, you doing okay there, buddy?
No. What kind of... What?
I don't mean like exactly like okay in the sense of what's occurred. I'm just worried about you's all.
Just... It's fine.
Rashad just scratches just like, look, I mean, I get that you're not used to all this, and there's a lot to take in, but he kind of looks back to everything. Just so you know, we're all going through it together, so you need to chat with any of us. We're here, and like I said, you shoulders to lean on and all that.
Sure.
Richard kind of looks up a little hurt. In that case, you get yourself, take your watch and get yourself ready, and we'll get some sleep. We'll see you in the morning.
David will nod and head over to sit down and like wherever he had been sitting before.
Marcus will
I
head.
guess Evelyn waits. Candy?
Judah!
I was so convinced I'd had some time, so I was teeth deep in some corn. Pain. Okay, no. Yeah, no, she. Okay. Yeah. She walks over and kind of lightly peers inside of the tent and kind of with a very soft voice, just, Candy, you're up.
All right.
She'll sit up.
Everything clear?
Yeah. Did you sleep okay?
Yeah. I mean, as best as you can, out in a tent in the middle of nowhere after a fight, but yeah.
All right, I sort of miss the inn. All right, go ahead. And nothing seems to be happening right now, but of course, just keep your eyes peeled.
Of course.
Yeah. Night, though.
Yeah, night.
She
And
kind of
we'll-
gives her a nice little smile before she heads out.
Kind of
And I'll go
crawl
back to my
out and look around, spotting where Damien seems to have found a spot from the previous watch, and we'll go to sit by, take her spot from the previous watch as well. Kind of draw her knees up to her chest and fold her arms over her knees and kind of rest her chin on top of them, staring out into the dark. She's not gonna say anything for a while. At least not until a good amount of time into the watch. And just say,
Hey, Damie?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Do you know what I wanted to be when I was little?
What's that?
I wanted to be rich because I thought I didn't want. I never wanted. I didn't want to be a hero. I didn't ask for this. Some of the kids I grew up with, they wanted to be warriors or something, but I just wanted to be the person who was safe and comfortable in their home.
And this is really far from that. Huh.
It is.
Well, Are you thinking that if we ever pass by wherever you were sort of poofed out from, that you want to stay? Try to?
If there's things hunting us, that would be stupid.
True, it's safe in numbers.
Yeah.
You know, while I didn't exactly have the same aspirations that you had, I can still kind of understand a bit, I guess. I mean, I wasn't real. I mean, when everyone was sort of saying the things that they like to do or what they've always dreamed of doing, and I answered, wasn't telling a lie. I was telling the truth. There. But I guess I was kind of maybe hiding one thing, and that ever since I was little, the only thing I wanted was to be somewhere else, be somewhere different. And at first, it's kind of seemed that way. I mean, meeting everyone, getting to experience all these fun foods and fun, exciting stuff. But that fight we stumbled across and whatnot, that's just more of the same. So I can get at least that, not being happy currently. Kind of gives a long sigh and then uncrosses her arms off her knees to kind of rest on the ground instead, her hands on the ground instead. So I get it's frustrating. It is. But you know, there was that bad moment, yes. But before having to, well, play hero, I guess, getting to talk with everyone and travel on the road with us and teaching me the writing stuff and even the bickering with Einar and whatnot. Have you been liking that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's good.
Anyway, I promise to help you with the book.
Go and make the most greatest book, right?
I was thinking more of a series, but it's more money that way.
A series?
Damien kind of has there's like a quirk to his lips, and he would shrug and say, I mean, it's up to you, obviously, but I think you have more stories.
Kind of rests her hands on her face, both sides of her face, kind of looking up at the sky.
Oh wow, a series. Wait, so like continuing the frog story, or like another short story, or
I mean, that's up to you, but think other short stories, maybe.
Huh. Well, I mean, do, uh, do you think people might like the first one enough to want to read more?
I think so.
Oh, well, all right. Yeah, I can give that a shot. I mean, I'm having fun with the writing and whatnot. So, oh, theories, huh? Out of all the things I could have pictured myself doing once I left home, writing was not on the top of the list. Actually, it wasn't even on the list. I didn't even consider it, but it's actually a lot of fun. Actually, Demi, you said that you for your work stuff, yeah, to do a lot of writing and whatnot. Have you ever done story type writing?
Me? No. I, I don't have the mind for it. I'm not very creative.
Have you ever tried?
Well, no, I don't think I've ever told this story in my life.
You never told a story before?
I never really had anyone to tell it to.
Taps her chin. Well, kind of like with how you're helping me with my writing, maybe I can help you with that then. I lend an ear for you, to share your stories with. And then once you're comfortable and confident enough in it and whatnot, you can tell it to everyone so they can all really, really like it too.
As much as I appreciate that, Candy, I think it's fine. You know, that would just be a waste of our time.
Why would it be a waste?
Because it wouldn't make a difference.
Difference in what?
Whether or not I'm good at it or not.
Well, I mean, like you said, you never actually had someone to tell stories to, right? And, well, before that story I told you guys, I've never really been read stories that you read in books and whatnot, and I've never told a story myself before, and everyone's telling me that I'm apparently able to do this pretty alright. So, who knows? Maybe it might be the same for you.
Yeah, but you have a big heart, Candy. You know how to connect with people, even if you're insecure about it. You can. I don't really have that.
You don't think you're able to connect with people?
No. No.
Hmm. Well, that's a little weird. Well, not to say that your feelings are weird. No, that's not what I'm saying. I mean, I mean, it's a little strange you think that way, because we've been talking lots and stuff, and I've been thinking that we've been connecting there. And I think even though the two of you bicker a lot, you and Einar have been connecting in a way. And I'm sure you can do the same with the others too.
I don't have a connection with Rhino.
Mm. Right.
No, I'm that's not. It's a personal thing. That's not. I.
But you don't deny that we've been, right? So that's one person at least, even if you don't consider Einar yet.
One person in over 2 decades. It's not exactly great.
Well, I mean, is it not? Before meeting all of you, the only one I was connecting with was, and she points to the empty space next to her, this one here.
Yeah, well, all I had were books. So
Only have a what?
all I had were books.
Purses her lips and brows kind of furrow at that.
Well, I definitely did have it pretty lucky to have Syl with me. I don't know how lonely that might be if I hadn't. So it was just you then.
I mean, I knew other people, but I wasn't close with them.
Wasn't that really lonely?
It's fine.
Doesn't really comment on how he didn't exactly answer her, but kind of gives a small nod of her head instead.
Like I said, if Syl hadn't been with me, I can only imagine, really. I mean, before meeting him, it was definitely... Well, anyway, even if it was not really by your choice, since you were sort of poofed into existence with the rest of us, at least you got all of us now. You don't have to be alone anymore.
I think from your time with your tribe, I think you understand the idea of loneliness isn't just being alone.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I said, making connections with people, becoming really good friends with people, like Syl became to me and the rest of the people here can become that for you.
Yeah.
In time, of course. Can't exactly force that sort of thing. Gosh only knows the amount of times that I annoyed Syl trying to get him to admit that he's my friend. Honestly, he complained a lot for a really long time until he eventually gave in.
Sounds like a real bastard.
I
Kind of looks off to the side to make sure there's no comment that's made at that. And then back at Damien.
He's just a little grumpy. But he's really good deep down. And,
And kind of like leans over lightly, nudging him with her shoulder.
there's other people who are just a little grumpy, but they're really nice. Deep down.
I don't think so.
Looks off to the side and like shh to her, have finger to her lips, shushing him.
Funnily enough, Damon was gonna say the same thing.
I hate it here.
Oh, so yeah, he would say that, yeah.
She like glances between the two of them.
See, I was right.
Okay, just because he says the same thing doesn't mean. Anyway,
It turns to look at you, Damon.
well, even if you think that, just like with Syl, eventually you'll come to give in to the annoyance that is my pushiness, and you'll admit that we are good friends soon.
Like kind of lightly with both fingers pokes his arm.
I am like a disease, you can't get rid of me.
Damon thinks for a bit before turning to actually look at Candy for the first time since this conversation started. And he'd say, "You'd probably have more luck with me if you just God, I'm so bad at this. Every way I think of saying this, it comes out as offensive, and I don't want to hurt your feelings."
Well, I mean, I'm pretty tough. What is it?
You don't need to be as energetic or as worried around me as you are with the others.
The smile is kind of on her face, hesitates a fraction.
What do you mean?
They already like you, Candy. And I don't know, I can't speak for them, but I know what it's like to want people like you. I could never pull off what you're doing though, because I'm just it's a
You're really
the point
quiet.
is you don't sorry. The point is you don't have to try as hard to do something that you're already succeeding at, is what I'm saying.
Mm, hmm. She kind of slows the poking that she was doing to a stop. Kind of looking off to the side.
um, I mean, but I mean, like you said, I've been starting to get close to. Well, I mean, you said yourself that the others like me, and I really hope that's the case. I hope they do. And this is the person that they know, and so but yeah, uh, uh, yeah.
Kind of rubs her arm, glancing over at him again.
Mm.
You're not. You do realize you're not a completely different person than who you actually are. Whole cloth, right?
Well, what do you mean?
The way you present yourself, it's not. It's still you, as far as I can. I mean, I have known you for a week maybe, but you're not lying to them about who you are. You still care. You're still kind. And you still want to be their friends.
Kind of rubs the back of her neck, looking down at the ground. Could I ask you to roll persuasion?
Oh no. Okay, well, it's a 2.
A 2?
I get a +2. You know what I mean, is what I mean.
Oh. Okay. Kind of fiddles her thumbs together, thinking for a long moment, and looks off at him again.
You said that the better way then to succeed with getting you to think of us as friends then is to, well, not do that?
What I meant was that I just wanted you to know that you didn't. I wanted you to know that I don't think the others would be hurt or um, angry if you were simply not. You know, like what I said. I, but also that I guess I've been there before, is what I'm saying. I've, I've been where you are before, and I obviously didn't have uh, the charm that you have. Um, so I just, you don't have to, if you wanted to take a break, I guess is what I was saying. If you're people would still like you, is what I'm saying. People would still like you.
Um, I'm not so sure about that. Well, I guess, it's, I, uh, mm,
Hmm. Kind of like runs her hands down her face, thinking for a moment.
How about this? You give it a shot. If one person uh, it doesn't have to be me. Um, and I'll try to be a better storyteller.
Kind of looks at him at that.
so, okay. So we both kind of try to put some effort in for something that makes us a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
She'll hold out a pinky.
Promise?
Yeah. Damien will nod and pinky promise with her.
Gives it a little shake and then lets go. Kind of taking a deep breath and then letting it out slowly.
Okay. I will prepare myself and face this head on and give it a shot. And, in return, you do the same, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's give this a shot. Oh, okay. Just a little bit, because I don't know how long I can do this. So, okay.
She will kind of turn her seat to face him. Has this like really determined look on her face. Slash nervous. And will outstretch her hand.
Nice to meet you, Damie. My name is Uncle, but I go by Candy.
Nikki, could you spell that for me?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay.
Wait, what? That?
Don't worry about it.
Please don't do this to my decaying. Not take kindly to this.
Damien
And for pinky promise, okay?
Damien looks. There's a moment of. He like grimaces. There's like almost a point of like pain or something. Um, and he takes a breath and pulls his the glove off of his like corresponding hand, and hold his hand out and take hers and say, it's a pleasure to meet you, Uncle. My name is Vulgrim.
Say that again.
Valdrin.
Can you also spell that?
Yes, I will.
Well, okay. The nervous edge to her smile is still very much there, but her smile kind of grows a bit more, leaning in the area of genuine rather than nervous. That as she gives his hand a shake.
Nice to meet ya.
Nice to meet you too.
Lets go of his hand, and then once again kind of smacks both of her hands against the sides of her face.
Oh god, that was really difficult.
Damien, although his reaction to that is not nearly as it's not the same. It also looks like it was quite difficult for him. And he nods and says, "You know, do you know what? Do you know what my first name is legally?
What's that?
Well, now my name was changed. But it's beyond the point. Legally, I'm not just Damien Vale. And he kind of grins, but is like embarrassed. And says, my full name is Archibald Damien Vale.
Archibald?
Yeah, it's got a lot of shit for that.
What?
Sounds
Why?
like a really dumb name.
That's such a cute name. Why would you be? What? What do you mean? Like people like picked on you for that? What?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's quite right.
she quickly cups him in her hands and like hides behind her back.
Why would people give you a? What?
It's not a good name. Damien Vale sounds a lot better.
He's right. It's not a good name.
Shh.
Kind of rolls her eyes.
Let me out.
Only if you're nice.
Only if I'm nice.
Oh, that was sorry. Sil is being. He's being himself.
She'll lightly uncup her hands, kind of squinting at him.
Be nice.
I don't know how to do that.
Well, you're gonna have to learn someday.
Looks towards Damien again.
Well, like I said, I think it's a really cute name. Honestly, it's not as bad as
Kind of winces.
Uncle the Bloody. That's my full name.
I don't think that's a bad name.
I don't
Sounds
like
a lot cooler than his name.
Still.
It's a lot better than my full name.
She just looks between these two like Gives a shake of her head at that, looks at you, Damien.
No, I mean,
Kind of cringes.
who would want to have the bloody in their name title? It's just, it's not nice. It's just.
Syl the Bloody.
Well, okay, you're kind of cool, so it's work for you, Sil. But Candy is basically a nickname that Sil gave me when I was really young, and well, constantly kept calling me that, and it stuck, and I really liked it. So once I kind of set aside that other name, I decided to go with Candy.
It's a better nickname than what I got.
Do you really not like being called that, though?
Yeah, that's why I go by Damien.
So I can't call you that, right? Even when it's just private?
I mean, okay, well, my birth name is Vulgar, but I was given the name. I was later given what is my name now. But neither Valdrin nor Archibald really felt like mine. I never went by them.
Ah, okay. Okay. Well, if they're names that you're not really fond of, then, I can hold off on using them. I'll stick to Damie.
Do you... What would you like me to call you?
Well, Candy's like pretty much what I have everyone call me. It's basically the nickname that's become my name.
Can I call him Mopey?
We're not
Does
gonna
that
call
work?
him Mopey.
It fits.
It does not fit. Maybe he's not Mopey.
And she like realizes she's like whispering this out loud to the person sitting right next to her. It like covers her mouth.
I think if there's a shorter word for anxious, that would probably fit better than mopey.
Like counts out on her fingers.
Nervous, anxious, so how do you spell anxious?
ANXIOUS.
I-A-N-X.
They're both 7 letters.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, anyway, no, you're not. That's not. No. Alright. Well, strangely enough, it kind of feels like getting a bit of a weight off the shoulders. That's weird. I sort of thought I would leave that name behind. Well,
Looks to Damien again with a bright smile.
it was nice getting to officially meet ya.
Thought you would have told Marcus before him.
What? Why is that?
I don't know. It's just you're more friends with that idiot.
He's not an idiot.
Is he calling me an idiot? No,
Oh, no, he's talking about Marcus. And not to say that Marcus is. Neither of you are idiots.
Anyway, it has also been a pleasure to meet you. Officially.
Yeah. And she kind of like slowly looks off to the side. So, do you want to officially introduce yourself?
Nope.
Got it. Different time. Okay. Looks towards Damon. It is nice for me, at least, to officially meet ya. As for what you said, I'll try. Not to put up, this, and she kind of like gestures to herself as much.
As much as you're comfortable. But
Yeah. And once you think of your story, I would really like to hear. Okay?
I will do my best to come with something.
Okay. Alright. Let's keep an eye out.
Okay.
And we'll keep watch.
Roll me perception checks.
I was about to ask how many monsters killed us when they were chatting.
Yeah,
All
same.
of them. All of them.
All of them, yes. Oh my god, and hated a 9. All
Imagine
of
if
them.
it was 2 nat ones.
Oof.
Well, I mean,
Everyone's
everything
dead.
seems fine.
That was the last conversation they would ever have.
Your watch
Hey,
goes
what
on.
happened to Candy and Damien? Oh my god, there's 2 new bodies here.
It's about 6 in the morning now because you guys would have to change up your rest, so the sun's like out ish. But you still need to have more rest. Might be a little bit difficult sleeping now that the sun's out, but oh well.
Marcus is used to sleeping with a nightlight. It's cold as hands.
But you're free to wake up Rhea and
I
find
feel
out.
like Rhea might already be awake.
Yeah, probably. Probably. Well,
Uh, I was trying to remember who else I needed
I
to
know.
wake up. Okay. Yeah, so Damien would go get Einar.
Seeing him beeline for that tent instead of Rhea, Kenny kind of grins to herself, especially after Damien's just like, we're not friends.
A connection.
Damien wholeheartedly meant that. Like,
Clearly not the rest of them did.
anyway, Damien is gonna look around for a stick and then just jab it into the tent.
Okay.
Just try to hit Einar.
Lightly slap his face.
Should he make an improvised attack roll?
Would be disadvantage for being
It's
blind.
it's a little.
It's like yeah, like he's a big like. Come on.
Big
He's
boy
not
and little
fucking
tent.
Davia. Oh, let me just walk in here and sock him in the face. Haha, fucking idiot. No.
Well, presumably I would be hitting his feet. I don't.
I know.
Cowards.
Oh, it'd be cuter that way. God,
2-person tent.
All tents are two-person tents in D&D.
Not true.
Anyways, Einar, you feel a stick prod at your foot.
Find out. Cut it out.
Einar,
Hmm.
it's your watch.
Ah. Oh. He rubs his eyes. Very well. Enjoy your sleep, Damien.
Damon's just gonna head to his tent to
So
go to bed.
sit up, don his armor, and head outside.
Candy will poke her head into Rhea's tent.
You'd
Rhea!
see Rhea probably sitting there, already dressed, with her spellbook on her lap.
Oh, look at you already ready. Time to swap out.
She nods and she'll get up,
Did you get a good rest?
seemingly not taking her eyes off of you.
Kenny looks over her shoulder, wondering if there's someone standing behind her, then looks at her again.
Yes, I rested fine. How are you feeling?
Oh, well, I got pretty decent rest before it was time to keep watch out. I'm doing, all things considered for everything that happened, doing alright. How about you?
I'm fine.
That's super
Still
awesome.
staring.
Is there something on my face?
No, nothing on your face. I'm just admiring.
What? What? Huh?
I was gonna
Pats
say
at her
she's
face.
terrifying, but now I'm.
What?
Usually-
Looks at so confusion.
She's weird.
It looks at Rhea.
And what? Huh? I'm not even what?
You.
Why?
It's really awkward. And I love Judah. Judah, I love you.
Oh, you too.
Kenny stands up straight.
Huh? Why?
You there, Crystal?
Yeah, I'm just like, cool. Now anxiety is like, hello. And I'm just like, I just want to do things.
We all chill
I just
here.
work here.
She's got weird eyes.
Kind of side eyes squints at him. Looks back at Rhea again. She pats her own face.
I don't really think I have anything to admire.
That's
what? Well, so you're kind of biased. You know me forever. You're too nice to be me. Anyway, what do you mean?
When we fought the gnolls earlier, you. How do I put this? You did very well. You were very strong, and I didn't realize it, and I didn't expect it from you, if I'll be frank.
Oh, well, kind of like what they say, big things in small packages, right? Even though I'm teeny tiny small, I got a lot of strength.
And he puts up both her arms and gives a little flex.
We should go to bed.
Right, okay.
Is Rhea just kind of standing there still staring?
A little bit.
Kenny just kind of gives a little nod to that. A step back. It's just
Well, thank you for the compliment. I was not expecting that. But, You as well. You were really impressive during the fight. Did a really good job. But yeah, keep your eyes out during your watch, okay? And afterwards, no, afterwards you don't have to go back to sleep. Night!
It just turns and walks off.
That was weird.
Okay, just kind of like holding her face. It's just like,
I don't think people. I don't know what to do. People keep complimenting me here, so I don't get it.
I mean, you deserve it.
you stop. Like presses her face and her hands getting all flushed.
You stop. Okay, time for bed.
And there we go.
Die.
Well, Rhea and Aina is now your watch.
Yes, it is.
Oh, wonderful perception.
Nice.
Guess it all
Right.
rides on me to not roll trash perception.
Nice.
That's okay.
Well, nothing you notice throughout your watch.
You'd walk out to see Einar is a little more focused on his self-grooming at the moment. He has his hand axe that he had cleaned off the night before at some point, and a mirror with some odd shaving cream, and he seems to be shaving the sides of his head and his beard very carefully to not nick himself.
Ria probably stares for a moment, debating about whether she should try and scare him to get him to nick himself or not, then deciding against doing that.
When he's done, he takes some of the water from the water skin and just kind of pours it on his head and washes the rest of the shaving cream off. Much better.
I went to speak and I almost did Halani's voice instead. I'm like, hang on a second, this isn't right.
That's such a move.
Now my brain's questioning if it was something that Halani would say and Ria wouldn't or not, and I'm just like, I don't know anymore.
See what happens?
What was that?
Indeed.
Eventually, Arnar would turn to see Ray was actually outside. Ah, you're awake. Morning.
Good morning.
Did you enjoy the book I let you borrow?
Are you bringing up that RP?
Yeah.
I was gonna finish it and then okay.
Oh, you're fine. Einar's gonna kind of like eye her a moment. So you're good with magic.
Well, I'll let my actions earlier speak for themselves.
Did you learn that, or did you just have that within you inherently?
I learned that.
Self-taught?
No, I had a teacher.
Tell me about your teacher.
What is it that you want to know?
How did they teach you? What was their style? They more practical or more read it in a book kind?
A bit more practical.
I see. Hmm. Magic has always been something I was interested in, but my own village, we didn't really have anybody capable of teaching it. Those who had magic, they were simply born with the ability.
Well, I went to the College of Mysterium, so that's where I was before we got dragged to where we got dragged.
Yes, indeed. Sounds like mostly everybody were dragged from pleasant circumstances. Say mostly everybody, though.
Who wasn't dragged from pleasant circumstances?
Oh, perhaps we'll find out someday, yes?
I suppose.
Yeah. He kind of cracks his neck and looks at his hand axe a moment before just setting it back in his belt. Well, I was curious about something ever since last night, after I saw you casting your spells. I was wondering if that's something you'd be willing to teach somebody.
She thinks about this. I suppose I could, but if they're a pain, I don't know.
They were paying, you don't know?
Yeah, if they were a pain to teach.
Oh, a pain. Well, what counts as a pain in your book?
I guess we could find out.
It's very cryptic.
She smiles at the fact that you call it cryptic.
Well, I suppose if we're to find out, then what would the first lesson be?
Well, what would you want to learn?
Hmm, it's a good question. I suppose one has to start with what are they called? Cantrips? They're like the fundamentals, aren't they?
Yes, I suppose they are.
Well, show me one. I don't think I've seen you use one, actually.
Me has to look at sheet to realize what cantrips I have. Guys, shut up. Um, Rhea would look around at each of the tents and then she'd say, well, sometimes magic can be a bit noisy. I don't know if it would be appropriate to do that here right now with everyone trying to sleep.
Einar will look at the tents. I suppose that is true. We can't quite leave them there, lest more gnolls attack. Suppose we can wait. I am patient after all. No need to rush into this.
Crystal.
What?
Uh, I guess has the conversation come to an end then?
Oh no.
You're good. Well, I guess eventually everyone would wake up, getting ready to go. You all would find Bianca has passed out, kind of leaned up against a tree, just leaning against it, against her right side.
Marcus walks out and sees her. He just kind of looks about. Nobody noticed she didn't go to bed. Well, uh, excuse me there, Miss Bianca.
Y- Sorry. Yes.
I mean, if you're ready, we're about ready to get going here. We're packing up and heading off and all that.
That's fine. Um, if you don't mind, uh, could I suppose, rest while we travel?
No, of course. I mean, that's what the wagon's for, sort of thing, right?
Right. Thank you.
No worries. You get yourself good sleeping. I'll scout up ahead. Marcus goes over. You guys all ready to get going?
I suppose as I'll ever be. Yeah. And I suppose looking discreetly over at Damien, how's he looking other than tired?
He's just kind of going through the motions of like getting stuff ready for moving.
Okay. Um, she kind of almost nods to herself. And kind of mutters a small phrase to herself, just right time. She'll look back towards him and just kind of nod to herself before not quite talking to him just yet, but more appropriately, she approaches. If anything, no. She's just going to more or less just start packing up things as well, discreetly helping him. But yeah, she's just helping everybody get ready.
Yeah, Damien would glance at Evelyn and when like his stuff has been finished packing, like when his stuff has been finished being packed. I think that makes grammatical sense. It's late. um, he would thank her. Just kind of say, thanks for the help.
Sorry, repeat that last part. Sorry.
He just had said thanks for the help.
She kind of, for a moment, her emotions stop. Before she kind of nods a little. Yeah, of course. Before she continues to move about and whatnot. But yeah.
As you all kind of stir, William would kind of approach you all. Hey, last night was rough. I watched all that happen, and well, I just want to say you did good, I guess. For someone like me who's not really ever seen anything like that or put in a situation like that, you help someone. You helped me. You helped that woman over there, and there's not a lot of people who would be able to do the same. Good people.
All in a day's work. Or nights.
Thank you for the acknowledgement. Means a lot.
Right.
But we still have quite a bit of work to do, don't we all? I know.
Yes.
Have you brought up your what we had talked about before to the others? The one about potential.
No. Everybody was asleep.
Yeah, I know. She kind of trails off and kind of nods to herself. It's just, it's fine. Probably something that we should talk about later to begin with. For the meantime, though, we should all get ready.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. It might be the perfect time to talk about that, actually.
She kind of was like, maybe you're right. And as she kind of moves her hand to kind of fix up her hair a little bit, she will very discreetly use the message bell and just say, probably don't want to talk about that while the two new ones are here.
Mm. Message back. I got 25 words.
Oh, no, it's
Well,
technically not like that. But yeah.
well, it's possible that they may stick around for much longer than we think. We're going to find out if that is the case.
While kind of, I guess, in that exchange, she kind of nods, but kind of in the motions of picking stuff up and just keeping herself undercover. She will just kind of send another one and just say, perhaps, but we should leave that for a little bit later, just to make sure.
Quite all right, then. We can wait.
She smiles, but doesn't say much else.
He will pack his shit.
Oh.
Over here, nobody has commented on his fresh new fade.
Oh shit! Well, let me ask. How's it looking? How well did he do? No, we doing this. How's
Probably pretty well. He's the only one who's cut his own hair for his whole life.
that is also very true. I
And
guess.
did it with a hand axe this time.
So if anything, practiced. Probably not perfect, but practiced. Yeah, no. She would just kind of like, she would almost like, yeah, almost a quick second look, very clearly still waking up, and she just kind of looks at him and is just like, "Huh, work for you."
Yes, I don't like being too shaggy.
Could have fooled me.
You see, it gives enemies something to grab onto in close combat.
She kind of tilts her head a little bit. That's peculiar, to say the least.
Well, yes and no. Dirty fighters, they just care about winning. That means pulling your hair to expose your throat to go for it, then they're going to do it.
I'm afraid I'm not too versed in that particular sense, but I believe I see what you mean. But still. Yeah, I guess in kind of in a playful way, kind of a small tap on the shoulder and a small tap on the cheek. It's good luck. And she'll go ahead and walk off, continue packing shit up.
Well, thank you.
I'd say though, once everybody's packed up and we're ready to get going on the thing, though, Marcus will probably scout on ahead.
Okay.
As
Roll me a
he-
perception check.
William,
Jesus Christ, the second two in a row.
Yeah.
I have a quick hypothetical for you.
Sure. Shoot.
Say you're about to leave on a long journey and you buy a wagon. How many spare wheels is too many?
Um, I
Oh.
figured you'd buy 2 to 4.
Only?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
How much more would you need?
Say one were to buy 10.
I think that's a little bit too much.
You know what? One of these days I will find somebody that agrees with me on these 10 wheels.
What's going on?
I may have bought 10 spare wheels for the wagon, and everybody thinks I'm an idiot for it.
Right. Yeah.
I'd ask Bianca, but I think she needs a rest for now.
Yeah. Hmm. He like opens his mouth and then just closes it.
I know your sister just died, but I really need this answer.
As you all kind of ride along, it hits about early afternoon before you find a fork in the road. The path that leads north towards uh, the town of Urs, Excelsior, Tidecrest. You see the markers kind of pointing towards the north and towards the south. Justice Landing, Arkvale.
Huh?
Go on.
South it is.
As you all kind of like approach this fork in the road, you see another larger carriage kind of approaching from the north, heading southbound. It seems rather elegant looking, made out of this deep, fine mahogany wood, drawn by two horses, seemingly well fitted. No one seems to be driving them, though.
Yeah, I just had this idea. What if we stack 2 wheels on each side so you have one wheel in the inner part, another wheel in the outer part, so you kind of double up. That way, if one breaks, you can still keep going without having to stop.
Wouldn't that put extra stress on the axle?
I don't think it would. That's a pretty fancy looking carriage.
It's just me, or does it seem like nobody's driving?
Kind of seems that way. I'm just gonna take a closer look to see if maybe it's doing the double wheels thing like a semi truck.
Roll a perception check.
I'm okay. Yeah, I've reached the limit of my coherency. I'll have to see you guys next time.
Oh, good. Night, Judah.
Oh,
Hey, bud.
oh man.
See
Bye,
ya.
guys. It was fun playing with you while it lasted. Oh, goodbye.
So yeah,
Bye.
With that perception check, no, you don't notice that weird wheel thing that you're looking for, but you do notice that the reins of the horses seem to kind of lead through this kind of cloth that hangs, this red velvet cloth window, kind of pulls on through the middle and deeper inside. Eventually, the horse carriage kind of pulls up alongside.
Marcus, I think they're driving from inside.
Kind of pulls up to a stop. Horses kind of rein back. You see the door kind of creak open as a man steps out. He's got this kind of red reddish orange hair. He's dressed in these very fine garments, this kind of crimson robe, along with this elegant kind of black cloak behind him. And the first thing that kind of exits out of the wagon itself is a cane. This black kind of fine wood cane that just taps against the dirt. His hand extending outwards. He kind of looks out the door, and you can see this kind of moderate beard, not really too long, just kind of underneath his chin and across the underneath of his cheeks. It's kind of looks out at all of you. Greetings, travelers along the road.
Howdy, friend. Interesting carriage you got there.
It's a rather fine one.
Psst.
My name is Rigas von Escalaban. Pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you. Name's Marcus. This here's Anar, and that's Candy over there, and Damien, and over there we got Evelyn.
Well,
And our other two companions, we got Bianca. It just points out our friend Bianca. What brings you on the road here, sir?
I'm traveling to Jester's Landing.
Well, what a coinkydink. We're on our way down there ourselves.
Lovely. Well, I'm a fine teller of tales myself. I have lots of interesting stories, and I'm sure you'll have interesting stories to share.
Well, I know Candy's quite the storyteller master.
I wouldn't call myself a master.
Well, not a master, then a rather impressive amateur.
No. Like just like waves her hand in their direction.
Interesting.
You should hear the one
I
about
mean,
the frog. It was amazing.
you should definitely tell it to me sometime.
Well, I mean, I have a bit of a rough draft I've written down, but
Mumbles to herself.
Well, this wagon I have, this carriage I have, is deceptively larger than it looks. If you're looking for a comfortable stay, perhaps for that sleeping woman who doesn't look very comfy, well,
I'm gonna have to roll an insight. Is Marcus gonna get kind of like creep vibes off this guy?
go ahead and roll me in such check.
I'm
Can I
gonna
do,
do the
yeah.
same.
Can I tell if this guy's like a legitimate businessman or if he's like a swimmer?
17. That ain't bad.
Roll me an insight check. Okay, with 17, he doesn't seem the sense of creepy, like he's gonna try anything, but there's an kind of like an air of there's a weird kind of aura to him. Something that you're not quite sure where to put it. Damien, he seems like a businessman of sorts.
Does he work in a blood bank?
Maybe.
We appreciate the offer. Maybe we should keep on our way. I think we're fine with what we have for now.
Alright. Well, I mean, Surely you have interesting stories to tell. I've plenty of tales on my own. Gathered all from across Castinia.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they're very interesting, and it's not that we wouldn't mind hearing them, but we are in a bit of a rush to get Jester's Landing and all. I mean, we got a bit of a time crunch.
I mean, we'd be moving at the same speed, would we not? Perhaps mine would move perhaps a little bit faster.
Perhaps you can link up with us in like a convoy of sorts then. We're going to the same place, strength in numbers and all that. I don't see a reason why not.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Sure, I mean, I'm on the outside anyway, so if you want to chit chat, I'm more than willing to listen to you as I walk alongside you.
Very well. Alright. Well, perhaps we'll ride along.
That sounds like a plan.
Gives you a smile as he moves around to the front of the coach. Sits on the behind the horses and reins them for moving forward. Marcus, you said your name was.
Oh, that is right, sir.
Tell me, what fine stories do you have? Do you wish to share?
Well, I mean, I got old tales of me and my master that I used to travel around the area with. Me, an amazing artist and painter that surpassed the ages.
Interesting. Well, if you don't mind telling that story, perhaps I'll share one of mine.
I suppose it couldn't hurt. I mean, which one should I tell? Would you like to know how I met the old man, or perhaps you'd like to hear about the one time he was taking me up on their hills, training me to see the world's beauty in the sunset line where he painted the very spirit of the mountains?
Perhaps. Tell me how you met this man.
Well, sure. I mean, it happened when I was back in a little off-named town most people didn't know. But to be frank, about, I don't know, would have been, 16 years ago I met him. Hometown. Came by my house, a little bit of drudgery place, pretty down depressing. Came by and I saw this amazing painting of his. And I have to tell you, sir, upon seeing that painting, my entire body was filled with light and joy. And after that day, I decided I would be a painter just like him, and I begged him to become his apprentice. Well, I mean, it was a difficult chore. To be honestly, he beat the crap out of me the first time I asked him to do it, and knocked me unconscious the second when I kept coming back and pestering him every day. Finally, I kind of had to, when he left town, I left town right in after him and followed him through the forest for days on end until I finally caught up with him and begged him once more to be his apprentice. I suppose, seeing the dedication I was willing to put into it, he accepted my forced invitation, that I say, and then, allowed me to be a member of his entourage, teaching me the ways of the master artist.
Interesting. Well, that is quite a story. Seems like you are quite the hard worker.
One could say that.
Very well. But perhaps I'll tell you all the tale. And with that, seeing as everyone's pretty tired, we're going to go ahead and end it off there.